Who's that? So as we welcome you back here to the Mannie Ramjohn Stadium, we're getting ready for the start of the championship game here between two deserving teams. The men in their traditional blue outfits from the Pro Series, and of course the opponents, the unbeaten Cox Coaching School in the red. And Pro Series have only lost twice in the competition so far, but they'll be hoping that they can turn the tables here on Cox and hand them their first defeat of the season. But it's easier said than done, as they say, because the Cox Coaching School, they do have that winning mentality. I remember we had done a game earlier. They had a BA11. They still came out winners of that one, and they could have scored a bag full of goals then. That probably is their biggest Achilles heel right now, that their inability to finish, let's say, even 50% of the chances that they create. They create so many that the day they decide that they are going to really put away their chances, they will probably win by a landslide, so to speak. So that is the scenario here as we get ready for the kickoff in this one, with the referee Shash Ramrup at the ready to send us on our way. So there is the whistle to start this encounter, with the men in red. Hussein battling his way through. He's really been a real thorn in the sides of most teams because he's so quick and strong. And in the end, they're gonna get a goal kick out of it. So a good start, good positive start, and of course it's the whole question of who can get that early goal, that just to settle nerves. Ball played up quickly now. Celestin trying to get his team started. And of course, hoping to control the proceedings from the middle of the park. Alejandro Harper that's a lovely ball played inside here. Problems, and the goalkeeper just getting a hand onto it. And the ball played forward there, but really to no one in particular. And now they have to retreat. Martin had a chance to tidy it up. Vespri, he really turned the tables on them. He really came like a shot from a gun, and scored 2 goals last time out in that 4-0 win. So they obviously know what he's capable of. James. And Jess Roberts having to tidy up there. Keeping possession. This is where they're so dangerous, because they have these big runners who can really take on defenses. And not only that, they're strong, powerful, and they're quick as well. They really have all the tools. So now a chance here for a corner kick. Chance with first shot there, saved. And another stab just over the bar. So again, Hossein coming off his marker, Christian Hossein, and just not able to finish it off.
And another stab just over the...
A bit of a late challenge there, trying to come back there. Celestin having to work exceedingly hard to try and just get control of proceedings. They're under some pressure now. Kai Williams, a lone man up for Pro Series, but here is a chance for Richardson. And, well, he was trying to do it himself here, but really he had options, could easily have brought his teammates into play. Williams gets it back nicely to Celestin now, plays a great ball over the top. And offsides is a call as soon as he touches it. The referee hasn't seen it. The flag was up for quite some time. But good movement again from another opportunity again for trying to cut inside and to get the cross around. He does, and offsides is the call. Gosine just getting behind his man. So they're still not able to get the ball consistently out of their own half at the moment. Keep that one in, and Pro Series have to be mindful here. They can't get caught up in the pace. Sure, you have to run, as they say, footballers are running games, so you have to run with your opponents, but they are not you don't want to make it a track meet, because the men in red, as they say, are almost built for that. So you don't want to get too much into the habit of just running with them. You have to be able to control the tempo and keep the ball on the ground where you are so much better positioned. Good control, but just losing out. Garcia coming all the way back to help out and does very well. Now he gets it up quickly into a position there where Harper sends it forward again. Here is Garcia once more. He goes down and there's one a free kick.
Where Harper sends it forward again. Here is Garcia once more.
Here is the ball in, and really careless there because they're allowing the ball to bounce in the area, and the shot is over the bar. Well. Kai Williams took aim, fired, couldn't keep it down.
In and really careless there because they're allowing the ball.
Here is another opportunity here, but nicely taken right off the boot of Richardson there. But coming back and helping out. As the ball now played across the face of the goal, Forbes trying to track it down. Played into the space of Garcia. Looking at the back post again, and the ball eventually slammed home. So just like that, Pro Series, after absorbing quite a bit of pressure, have finally broken through here.
Again,
and it's that man,
eventually slammed home.
Celestin, who's given them the lead here. Jasim Celestin.
So just like that, Pro Series after.
So Pro Series have drawn first blood in the 10th minute of play. So it's really about Cox School now, settling their nerves. The ball played to Richardson. Richardson waiting on his man and then takes it past him and just went out. But again, you could see him waiting on the defender to come at a bad angle and then try to push it around him. Goalkeeper Barnett, Jaden Barnett, obviously has done very well for this team. Edwards plays for the ball, goes to the return, and this time the goal scorer not able to get to it. Edwards still with possession now. Here is Celestin, plays a nice little ball over Harper, gets a second bite of the cherry and tugs it wide. Alejandro Harper. And another ball played over on that far side, just a little too strong. And just had a little too much mustard on it, as they say. Malik Charles not having a chance to get out there. Vespri not able to control that one. And just trying to get possession though. Now they're trying to free it up to Kai Williams, but he can't get to it, and eventually it's kept in. Vespri trying to get in the groove, not able to do so, at least not just yet. And playing a little bit deeper than he would normally. Gosain plays it out here where it's picked up by St. Louis. And So a throw in to Cox Coaching School. They're trailing by 1-0. And this is Vespri. They really need him to get into the swing of things. So throw in to Cox. 1 goal separating these two teams right now. And the Pro Series have really settled down nicely. Again, this one pitch, but that's going to bounce and go off the field. So they probably just need to settle down a little bit. Donovan Drayton not prepared to waste any time in midfield. Keeps pumping the ball forward first time. Ball picked up here. Here he is again, turning away from his man. Now he's looking for something down that right-hand side. That's a tough ball. He probably should have played it directly to his legs. And in the end, he just got it back and still battling for it. Turning his man nicely, going past one. Now he gets it back to Vespri. Vespri trying to turn away from his man. Not able to do so. The referee says free kick. And he had just spoken to Forbes, and now Forbes is going to get the yellow card. Forbes earlier went into a tackle, and the referee didn't blow because he played the advantage. This time, though, he almost didn't have a choice there. So again, moving quickly, Garcia getting back and helping out. That's a tough ball. However, Celestin, or rather Richardson, is going to get there. He does well. Turns back onto his right foot, then turns his man nicely. He plays the ball back inside, and an opportunity here. And he opens up too much. He really just needed to drill it straight on, and he opens up and then misses the entire goal. Donovan Drayton there really laid on a platter for him. All he had to do was just drive it straight. Try to curl it. You don't need any curl there. All you need to do is get it between the uprights. Here is Dawant. Plays it nicely up there. Quickly goes Harper. Plays it back. Dawant gets it back. And now guys, a chance here to play the ball across. So good pressure being applied down that left-hand side by the Pro Series. In fact, that's the side the goal came from. And that's because Garcia is very energetic down that left-hand side. And not only is he attacking the ball, but he's also coming back and helping out on defense. Here he is again, eluding his man first time. So he's given Nicolas Passad no end of worries down that right-hand side. In fact, Cox would be advised to at least try to double team him out there and not allow him to go baseline. and way too much time and space. And here is Celestin coming back in onto his left foot, throws the ball in, but really much too easy. And Tevez Holder, no problems collecting that one, but that throw-out is a dangerous one. I say dangerous in the sense that it allows the defenders the opportunity to come back and help out, and that's exactly what has happened there, when he could so easily have played the ball directly to his teammate. By giving it so much air, he actually put his teammate in problems. So if you're going to make that throw in between two defenders and you want to drop it into a space, you basically have to make sure and get it up and down quickly. Here's another free kick. And it just seems as if Richardson might have just hurt himself, or at least he's tying his legs. Actually, it is Vespri who has come out. And this side, he's doing a lot of work away from the goal. He's so dangerous in front of goal. Vespri, he can kick the ball, he can run, he can dribble. Here's one here. This could be a goal, blocked by the goalkeeper. Attacking the ball quite nicely. And turning again, and Vespri is held back. The referee doesn't see it though. And the ball is going the other way, but clearly he was held. And now that could have been a free kick going the other way as well, but the referee allowing play to continue. Chance here now and he doesn't see the man coming. Shot coming from Williams, but off target. So again, just careless defending. You have to be aware that there are players around you, and you get to the ball first. That's the first thing you want to do. Get control of the ball, and then you could do whatever you want thereafter. Brilliant skill again, and that should be a yellow card because he was clearly holding on for dear life there. And St. Louis is going to go into the referee's books.
Then you could do whatever you want thereafter. Brilliant skill again, and that should be a yellow card.
So now Cox applying pressure. Can they finish off one of these moves and get back on level terms? They're trailing 1-0. It was the goal by Jassim Celestin. Another early ball played out, and once more Dawent coming for it, and the pass in is not a good one. And once again, good anticipation. Turning away from the pressure and making sure that Prasad has to work down that left-hand side. On the right-hand side of defense for the Cox Coaching School. If there is a weak link, you would think that he might be the weak link, but that is the water break, as the players get an opportunity to refresh themselves and, of course, get some instructions from their coaches. It's 1-0 after 22 minutes.
Now here is Celestin, plays a nice good ball over Harper. Gets a second bite to the cherry and tugs it wide. Alejandro Harper. Another ball played over on that far side, just a little too strong. Just had a little too much mustard on it as Versby trying to turn away from his man, not able to do so. The referee says free kick, and he had just spoken to Forbes, and now Forbes is going to get the yellow card.
So we getting back into the action here. The players got a little respite and some instructions, no doubt, plus some refreshments. And here we go again. We're still in the first half. It's 1-0 in favor of the Pro Series, Cox Coaching School. And really careless, but even more careless defending. And here he goes, very quick indeed. And just being St. Louis, who was on that yellow card, really went for broke there, living dangerously. Two things. One, even if he had tipped him outside the area, it probably would have been a yellow card tackle. And the other one, it was just at the edge of the box. He was flirting with a penalty as well, so he had to be spot on with that challenge, and he did. So it's just a corner to the Cox Coaching School. They're in all red against the Pro Series in their blue and black. Here is the ball in, but headed away, not very far. And a chance here for the shot, still the battling for it. And eventually it's won back. And now Garcia coming inside this time. And a lovely skill by Edwards, cuts and crosses his man nicely, goes for the return ball and gives it up. And but the ball, Edwards was offside and coming from offside to an onside position to play the ball. And so the Cox, they have to be mindful. The Pro Series, they have enough quality to just to run. And if you notice, they're playing with more or less 5 at the back. And the stopper drops very, very deep indeed. And Gosain really in the wrong place. I think he needs to read the game a little bit better and can't do too much of the unnecessary work. Still they're battling for it, but he needs to look at the ball, just tackling there, not really looking at the ball, setting himself up, Forbes. So down goes Garcia and another free kick. And this is where the Cox Coaching School last week, they seemed to be almost like they ran out of gas in the second half of that game, even though they won it convincingly, but they gave up so many opportunities that I'm almost certain the coaches would have spoken to them about that they have to be a lot more concentrated on defense. And everybody has to be marked up. And the ball just bubbling in front of the keeper and going wide. He was trying to, not sure if he was trying to bat it away and trying to save it at the same time. Luckily for him, when it hit his hand, it didn't deflect into the goal. It just went on the outside of the post. Here's another one, and not able to get the handle on it. It just seems as if Pro Series are much quicker to the ball in those areas. The Cox defenders very slow, very lazy in getting out. Here they are again, giving the opportunities to Pro Series. So relentless pressure now. Garcia, under pressure himself, has to give it up. And so they're keeping the ball in the Cox half of the field, which is a good thing for Pro Series. Cox really have to figure out a way how to get the ball out of their own half and into the Pro Series half of the field. It's just a one goal, but they just have to be smart about how they defend and when they tackle and when not to tackle. But the first thing, they have to be first to the ball. A lot of times they are just running at space and not really covering the angles very well. So the saga continues where the Cox Coaching School are having real difficulty getting the ball out. You look at their back line, it's like they're defending with almost 8 men, but they're so deep that they're almost in each other's way. And they can't seem to get the ball out of their defensive third right now. So progress down that left-hand side. One goal separating the two teams at the moment. Jasim Celestin's 10th minute item. The difference between the two teams. And but for this purple patch here by Pro Series, they just seem to have the handle on the ball. That was a little push in the back. The referee allowing play to continue. And now it's just cleared it anyway. It's getting it out. Edwards plays it back. Here is St. Louis. Gets it upfield quickly there to Hislop. Hislop still with possession. Here is the goal scorer. And losing out there on that occasion. But again, the ball still comes back at them. They can't consistently get the ball out. And that's another tough ball. But can he keep it in? I don't think he can. Or can he? He does well in the end. But it's going to be a goal kick. And again, it's just to take something off the board. Give him a chance. And but everything is so rush at the moment by the Cox Coaching School. You could see they're noticeably ruffled at the moment. They're just under pressure constantly. And that's because they don't really mark very well. They just assume marking positions. And they don't really, here we go again, unmarked. And still, look at the space that Celestin finds himself in, and Garcia also with room to run onto it. And so you're beginning to see the Cox players all either looking down at their boots or trying to tie their laces. And easy passes, really dissecting 2 and 3 players. So again, Pro Series doing the right thing. They're just keeping the ball in the ground, keeping it moving. And at the moment, Cox, who started quickly, seemed a little bit winded right now as a unit. And more importantly, their passes are not finding the intended target. So they need to really get onto the ball, but nobody is there. And that is Gosain's work. But Gosain is in the midfield at the moment, or out wide, and Again, it's really, you saw it in the last game. They just seem to lose their concentration as to what they're trying to do and how to get it done. A little too straight. That one is going to go straight. Edwards was trying to pick out Williams. And again, every time he's there at the tail end, it's so much better for them. Now, this is the danger here because Richardson really has a man on a yellow card, and if he can really take him on, but he too is seems a little bit winded, Richardson. All his efforts are being exerted on defense, so he has precious little in the tank to go into attack. And when he gets the ball, sometimes his passes are not, because he's so winded. He's not really concentrated at the moment. It's another great ball, just tipping it away there, but the tackles coming in thick and fast now. Harper slowing it down, and here is that was trying his best to get it out there, but again they're just getting the ball out, and to nobody in particular. Jalen Roberts not giving his teammate a chance, and he had plenty of time in which to pick his head up and make a proper pass. Once again, it's just looping it up in the air. So that's the end of the first half, and at the end of the first half in this encounter, it is Pro Series 1 with a 10th minute item off the boot of Jasim Celestin. Cox Coaching School 0, and they have plenty of work to do, and I'm sure their coaching staff will be busy at the half trying to correct some of the errors, but the main thing would be to try to get the players energized. I'm going to say energized, re-energized, because a lot of them seem to be chasing shadows, and they just seem a little bit slower and a little heavy in the legs, even in the first half. We'll see what the second half has to offer. We'll get to that when we come back. So at the moment, we're at the half, and at the half, it is Pro Series 1, the Cox Coaching School.
Now they have to retreat. Martin had a chance to tidy it up. Chance with first shot there saved, and another stab just over the bar. So again, Hussein coming off his marker, Christian Hussein, and just not able to finish it off. And another stab just over. A bit of a late challenge there, trying to come back there. Celestin having to work exceedingly hard to try and just get control of proceedings. They're under some pressure where Harper sends it forward again. Here is Garcia once more. He goes down and there's won a free kick. Harper. Here is the ball in, and really careless there because they're allowing the ball to bounce in the is over the bar. Down, played into the space of Garcia. Looking at the back post again, and the ball eventually is found home. So, just like that, proceeds after absorbing quite a bit of pressure. Finally broken through here. And it's that man, Celeste, still with possession now. Here is Celeste, plays a nice little ball over Harper. Gets a second bite to the cherry and tugs it wide. Alejandro Harper, Verspi trying to turn away from his man, not able to do so. The referee says free kick, and he just turns back onto his right foot, then turns his man nicely, plays the ball back inside, and an opportunity here, and he opens up too much. He really just needed to drill it straight on. Comes it back in onto his left foot, throws the ball in, but really much too easy. And Tevez holder, no problems collecting that one. You want to do, get control of the ball, and then you could really careless, but even more careless defending. And here he goes, very quick indeed, and just being St. Louis, who was on that. They need to really get onto the ball, but nobody is there. And that
Okay, the referee is back out. And I haven't really seen any noticeable changes for either team. So I guess we'll go with as we were. Certainly I'd look to see what kind of changes, if any, the Cox outfit would make, because they were really struggling a bit coming to the end of that first half. Couldn't get the ball out of their own half. Time and again, they had opportunities, and when they did, it was just a big clearance upfield, and nothing really constructive. But we're going to have our first substitutions, it looked like. Seems like Darwent is off. So there is the whistle to start the second half of this encounter. So of course Pro Series forced into some early changes. Xavier Fredericks is his replacement. So now is a chance, but he's leaving everything to chance, and he's fighting his way in, gets the ball across, but comfortably, well, I said comfortably, goalkeeper almost made a meal of it. And but he tidied up quickly. So it remains 1-0 now. And a good ball up, but the ball bounces, and it's with Gosai now. He gets it to Vespri. Vespri has been out of the game quite a bit, trying to change the sides here, and he does get it over on this near side, trying to keep it in. But the new man who has just come on, Fredericks, able to deny him, keeps it as a throw. Opportunity now for them to try to build something, and that is a free kick in a dangerous area there. Hislop just leaving his leg in there, and again Vespri, because he's so quick and so nimble on his feet, able to ride that tackle quite easily, and was just about to pull the trigger.
That is a free kick in a dangerous area.
So this is an opportunity here now for them in a great position to possibly unleash something of substance here. They've been struggling a bit in the latter stage of the first half. So what can they do here now? Vespri is there as he has a shot, takes a deflection, and it takes all the sting out of it. And but it was well played in the sense that he kept it low, but he also got it into the wall. And nice opportunity here to keep the attack going down that right-hand side. Early ball in, and cleared away, coming across, and Roberts doing his bit on that occasion. So 1-0.
To keep the attack going down that right-hand side. Early ball in. And
in favor of Pro Series, the team in blue. They're looking for an insurance item right now. Cox School, not very often they find themselves trailing in any game. They are unbeaten so far in the tournament. And still hoping to keep that momentum going. Theophilus, who's just come on, does well. And once again, the tackle coming in. Celestin trying to break away there. But sturdy as ever, Sebastian James at the back, helping out. So it's still 1-0-0. That's all that's separating these two teams at the moment. And just getting a touch onto it there and not liking it too much was Celestin. Here's Prasad now, trying to turn his man, does well, but has it easily charged down by Garcia. So I think for the Cox Coaching School's case, they need to get an equalizer very quickly, because the longer it stays this way, the more the frustration is going to build on them. And certainly the pressure is going to mount. So a free kick here, handle ball. That doesn't go anywhere near where he intended it to go. And now it's a big scramble to get back. But can he keep it in? And just does, but it's going to be, well, he doesn't. It's going to be a throw-in. Once again, the ball, not the ideal type of pass. It's more, you're hitting it in the general direction as opposed to hitting it exactly where you want to put it. And that has been the story of so many of the passes from Cox in this game already. And this is where they could be so dangerous, because this man is lightning fast and he creates all sorts of problems. So the ball went out earlier, so it's going to be a throw-in as opposed to a corner. So another 10 meters further upfield. So this is better from the Cox Coaching School, but they really haven't been able to really put the foot down and kind of take control of the game. They've just been holding on here right now, trying to survive. And once they shoot from that distance, I don't think Burnett is going to be too worried. And the ball allowed to bounce once again. Nobody seemed to know what to do with the ball headed up, and eventually they get it out. But certainly the stoppers at the Cox Coaching School, they need to figure out how to get to the ball before it bounces, because when it bounces, it just sort of sits up in the air. Here's a shot, and just on top of the netting. Well, again, Celestin not afraid to fire. And the goalkeeper again seemed planted to the ground. Now there's the difference. Look at the header with the guys coming from behind to get to the ball first at the highest point. The Cox defenders somehow seem unwilling to climb to head the ball, or they just can't judge the ball very well in the air. And as a result, they lose possession quite often. There's another one played forward, but this has been all that they've been left to. And that is going to be a free kick, and it could be more than a free kick. That could be a card, and it could be a red card too, because he was the last man. And that could be very close indeed. And that was Karut there flirting with danger. And because the ball was headed around him, and there was Richardson trying to go around him.
But this has been all that they've been left to. And that is going to be a free kick, and it could be.
But as a defender, you would have to say that is what defenders do. Only one could pass. Either the ball passes or the man, but not both. And we just saw a classic example of that there. Only one could pass.
Possession quite often. There's another one played forward, but this has been all that they've been left to. And that is going to be a free kick, and
that
it
could so
be
easily
more
have
than
been a red card for him, because he was the last man, although there was another defender, but he was sort of parallel with him. And luckily for him, the referee was generous. So now it's Sebastian James, who's going to try this one. Again, I'm not quite sure about this. I would really think this is the time for Vespri to really fire away once more. And this is a good ball, tipped over by the goalkeeper. So once again, Burnett coming up big for his team.
And this is a good ball, tipped over by the goalkeeper.
Producing a solid effort. So here's this one curling in, and again not able to get there, and they once again somehow contrived to allow Pro Series to come out with the ball, and now it's a big foot race trying to get down that right hand side where Theophilus, full of energy, full of running, is causing problems. So a throw into the game, really just seesawing from one end to the next. Nobody as yet in the second half taking absolute control. Pro Series more inclined to put the ball down and try to play, but so far in this half, they haven't been able to do that. The Cox defense very tight now on Garcia, not giving him much room, and in fact they're double teaming him on that side. And just when he thought he was going to get away from his man, the ball hit him on the boot. Unlucky. Hislop trying to get out on that side there now, going around his man, and here comes the cross. Still can't get it up where he wants to, but he gets it out of the danger zone. St. Louis. Now, Hislop trying to turn his man. So the Pro Series still holding on. And it's just not happening for Drayton and company this time. They just can't see Forbes not able to really get into the game much. And so they just, it's like the nearly team at the moment, the Cox, they nearly win the ball, or they nearly retrieve it, or they nearly stop it. And it's been a real mixed bag from them. Somebody has to tackle the ball. They just seem so much indecision as to who wants the ball, and it's like they're so afraid to make errors right now that they don't want the ball at the moment, and that's the pressure that the forwards are putting on the Pro Series defensive line at the moment. Nobody wants to attack the ball, and when they do, they get themselves all in a tangle, and so that's a good ball. And once again, coming over and doing well is Ezekiel Bernard, who's been a real utility player for them. He could play in midfield when they want him to. He could play as a defender, and not able. It's just been that kind of a day for him. Forbes not able to do anything constructive so far, and they really need to get him going, or at least get him off. Ball played in there, and so he was offside when the ball was played initially, although he got back onto an onside position. But once he was the first man attacking the ball, then the original, while the ball was played, the original offside will stand. And again, the defense is very square, and the midfield slow in getting back. Ball comes across, headed out, all alone here. And here's an effort blocked nicely. And once again, coming across, helping out Jalen Roberts, doing his bit. And again, this is the fatigue part of it here, because when they go forward, they go deep, and they're not so inclined to try to get back. And Cox would definitely have to consider some changes because it's quite noticeable how the players are wilting under the pressure right now. So, and they've brought on the little fella who is going to take a good effort on his part to have an impact here. Ball played in and headed away. And late challenge. And here they go now, an opportunity here now. And the little fella, Kenny, played for him. And he needed to play that in front of him, not behind him. Chance here, but nobody home. And again, this is where he normally would kick. But again, overthinking the game. And it was a good idea. It's just that nobody, Donovan Drayton, had given up on the ball. So 1-0 still the difference between these two teams. And So 6 is off Charles. And again, Cox looking for something. And that's a good pass to the opponents. That's a good ball. Now, can Richardson get there? Gets past his man, but can he keep it in? He does well, but can't get around it. So Hamilton is on for Charles. And Smith is out there as well. Here is Garcia once more being confronted. And again, they're just so hesitant to head the ball that they're allowing the ball to bounce. And that creates even more problems for them whenever they try to get back. So this will be the water break in the second half. And a good opportunity for the Cox Coaching School. They need a breather because right now they're just being overrun here by the Pro Series. They're just quicker to the ball, and even when Cox gets the ball, their indecision is working against them. They really haven't been able to put anything by way of substance together to consistently put pressure on the Pro Series defense.
Here to keep the attack going down that right-hand side. Early ball in. Opportunity now for them to try to build something. And so what can they do here now? Vespri is there as...
So this is the period here now where they have to really pick themselves up and put everything in it. The longer this game stays this way, is the more that the Pro Series outfit will. So they have to really stay in the game. So here's an opportunity to just roll the ball down the side of the field. Goes into trouble, and then all he had to do is roll it for Richardson, and instead he just let it run. And it's just those little things. They just don't seem to know what to do, when to do it. And that was a classic case of just roll it and support it. But you tried to run with it and ran right into a crowded midfield. So a chance for them to probably relieve some of that pressure now. Again, nobody is trying to head the ball from the Cox Coaching School. They all seem to wait for the ball to come down and then try to take it when it comes down, but it's never coming down in time before the defenders can take charge. Fredericks. And again, the ball played upfield. A nice opportunity now for Hamilton. The ball played down at the left-hand side again. Garcia is out there. And he gets out of harm's way. So I think Say is going to be substituted. And so Giovanni Garcia gets a thunderous applause. It looks like Jalen Sennon is coming on. So Cox making another change. So Passad it is who is coming off. So Nicolas Passad is going to get a breather. Goalkeeper punches it away. And not able to, but the whistle had blown. So it's going to be a free kick to Cox School. They're trailing by 1-0, and time is of the essence right now. And that is going to be a corner kick. The ball pushed in and pushed away by the goalkeeper. That had real pace on it. And it was dipping under the bar. So once again, Vespri doing his bit, but denied by goalkeeper Barnett.
Pushed in and pushed away by the goalkeeper. That had real pace on it.
Ball floated in, and again, nobody to run onto it. Ball played in the area, and again, it just seems it's also kind of reactionary. They wait to see something before it happens, and not anticipating where the ball will go. And as a result, they haven't been able to really win much of the balls in midfield or any of the loose balls in the area as well. And time becoming a factor for them now. And that's a good ball. Can he keep it in though? He has to get to it, and he cannot wait. He has to go. That's the idea. He has to go early, and just that movement away and just that deflection takes it away. And now here is Williams sprinting forward. Somebody has to go and get the ball. They can't all back away from him. And back in the middle it comes. Harper takes a deflection, takes two deflections, and it goes back. And another tackle coming in there from that man Roberts, trying his best here. He's really giving it his all, and he had to, because nobody else at the back seemed to want to tackle and to mix it up. They all seem very timid, and he has to be the enforcer. Ball thrown in. Celestin, the goal scorer. It's his goal separating the two teams right now. And still the loose balls, they can't get to it. Here's Fredericks trying his luck and hitting the side netting. So this could be the times. Once again, Vespri not able to get even deflected. It's like they headed balls, and the young man Smith getting in there, doing very well to get the block. So here is the ball. So a free kick from a dangerous position here now. Cox, now, I don't think Smith should be anywhere near that wall. And now there is a defender on the goal line. And plus there's another one standing back. Here is the free kick, up and over, way over. And pressure relieved here. Really, you have to make the goalkeeper save in that situation. Celestin again getting it up, but the ball is really just meeting the half line. The goalkeeper now. And just gliding forward, still going. And still going. Looking for the far corner, too wide. So the referee takes another look at his watch. And but the passing the ball to no one in particular. It's just going forward and it's coming back at them. And so it's really just a matter of time before they concede another goal. And that should be a free kick. The referee says no, play on. It's going to be a throw-in. So 1-0. Everything now being done at warp speed from thing, but they can't get the ball over the half line very well. And nobody there to challenge for the ball. And Smith, who is the smallest man in the field, is actually winning headers. Trying to get in there. And that should be a yellow card to Vespri. Just sort of reached up and handled the ball. So another opportunity here now for Pro Series to get something. The insurance, Alejandro Harper, thinking about playing it long, thinking about playing it short as well. So it's all about trying to get the ball back now. And again, doing the smart thing, just getting the ball out of harm's way. And this time, it should be Harper. Tees it up here now for Celestin. Goal number 2. He's gotten a brace. Jassim Celestin.
The ball.
Doubles up here. And what looks like it's going to be probably the last real attack for them, because as it stands right now, we are playing in close to added on time. I'm not quite sure if how much time. 2 minutes of added on time. So he would have scored in the 70th minute.
On the goal line.
So Cox, who haven't been able to score for the first 70, trying to score in 2 minutes, trying to get 2 in 2 minutes. And that's a good ball. Again, they can't get to the ball first, waiting for it to come down and then running into problems when it comes down, because the defenders are all there taking advantage. 2-0. Jasim Celestin in the 70th, and Celestin again, or rather in the 10th and in the 70th minutes. So again, control, thinking of dribbling again, decides he's had enough, and Giuseppe plays it in. Williams dropping deeper and deeper. Kai Williams, the captain, goes to the return ball. Now they have it. Here is Harper onto his left foot. He gets it back to Celestin, the goal scorer. Back to Harper it goes, and his effort is blocked. Unless he handled the ball. So now paper scissors to determine who takes the kick. And I think at the end of it all, it looks like Fredericks has won the battle. Trying to pass it in there, Celestin. And the deflection takes it in. And there is the man who won the free kick or took the free kick in the first place. And now tacking on the third item. And that is the substitute Fredericks.
Now there is a defender on the goal line.
He came on as a second half substitute.
Another one standing back here.
Gervais
is the free
Fredericks.
kick up and over, way over. And pressure relieved here.
So the whistle could come any minute now, the final whistle. Maybe one last chance here for Cox. Ball played in, and again, never challenging for the ball. He waits for it to come down, and it never comes down. All the defender has to do is climb, and more likely than not will get possession. So I think it's a big learning curve for Richardson. So Kai Williams is coming off. And so too is Celestin, the goal scorer. And here is Sinner now, trying to get to the ball, and then it's taken away. So it's all going the way of Pro Series. Carrington is on. And also getting an opportunity to run out. Abraham Hadid. So a free kick, but this is all just gravy now, because with a 3-0 cushion, it's very unlikely Cox would be able to get their way back into this one. And that is another ball played up in the vicinity of Richardson, but he can't challenge for it. Or should I say he doesn't challenge for it. And again, losing out. But there is the final whistle to signal the end of this encounter. 3-0 is the final score. And Cox Coaching School finally beaten, but they lose on the last day of the season in the championship game. And the team inflicting the defeat is the Pro Series. They led 1-0 at the half, a 10th-minute item from Jasim Celestin. But then it was Celestin in the 70th minute to make it 2-0. And then 2 minutes later, Gervais Fredericks, the substitute, tacked on the third. And that is the final scoreline here, 3-0. The Pro Series are the champions for 2024. Of the Next Level Community League Under 15 Cup. And deservedly so. They certainly played the better football from start to finish. They were more consistent with their play. They supported each other very well. And more than anything else, they were composed when they got the ball, unlike the Cox Coaching School, who seemed more reliant on their individual players as opposed to the collective unit to get them the goals. And when you look at it, if you had to critique their play, they just didn't build the ball up very much. They just tend to hit it from the back, hope it got to the men on top, but when it got to the men in midfield, they couldn't do much with it. And when you think back, the captain, Drayton, he couldn't really string his passes together. Initially, Richardson also full of running, but when he loses the ball, you couldn't get much else from him after that. And that too worked against them. And of course, Jalen Forbes in midfield had a tough day. He couldn't get anything done on this occasion. So there are a number of areas where they, especially in midfield, where Cox really faltered badly, and as a result they couldn't really utilize the talents of somebody like a Vespri, and because he had to work all over the field trying to get the ball back, and by that time he was out of position, couldn't capitalize on the balls that go up. But again, these are just under 15 kids, so you would think that as they grow they could learn from these experiences, and hopefully in the next couple of years, who knows, they could very well be the players that wear the national colors at the top level. So 3-0, the final score in this one. And now we're getting ready for the presentation to take place. Again, Pro Series, the winners, Cox Coaching School second, and the Union Hall United outfit would be the third place winners for 2024. So again, let me say good evening to the Juve, to all the supporters. Thank them so much for coming out and supporting the teams. And of course, Anthony Roger, former national standout, also part of the gathering here, witnessing these youngsters. I think back to the days when I saw him as an under 15 star, plying his trade, and you could have seen then that he had the talent to go all the way, and that he did. So we're just getting ready for the presentation of trophies and medals. So again, the Union Hall outfit, they will be the third place winners. And the trophies just being brought forward. And the presentation so that is the situation here, where the game has ended 3-0 in favor of the Pro Series outfit. So we're basically just getting ready for the presentation of trophies and medals. And again, our congratulations to all of the teams who would have taken part in this year's competition. When you consider CTFC and Pro Series, where the two came out of Group A, FC Jinga, they were leaders for a long while, or up in the top two, and Trendsetter Hawks and Creek with the others trailing behind. In Group B, of course, Cox School played unbeaten 8 from 8. Union Hall 4 from 8. 3 losses and a draw. Hillview College 3-4-1. And Project Pro, surprisingly, they didn't do better because they certainly have the talent. And then, of course, Gasparetto Youths, very young, very inexperienced, and it showed. So that is the scenario there, where there goes the Union Hall United, third place winners. They're going forward, stepping forward to receive their medals. So one by one, they step forward to receive their medals, deservedly so. And of course, on the day, they couldn't really get the job done in the semi-final. Just when they needed to really put something together, it wasn't to be. But at least this is a proud moment for them, where they're able to receive their third place medals and just reward for their efforts. We know it's a lot of training and rehearsals and practicing and going over set plays and doing a host of other things. And then to come and play the games, it's a lot that has to happen. So when it's all said and done, this is what it's all about. You have tangible proof that not only did you play in the tournament, but that you also finished on the podium, so to speak, in third place. And Dexter Cyrus put all the medals around his neck as if he played, but he's the coach, so he's entitled to receive the additional medals for the players who are not here for whatever reason. And they will have their photo taken. So Union Hall United are the third place finishers in this year's competition, the Next Level Cup, under 15 Cup tournament. Congratulations to them. And now we will have the second place finishers come forward from Cox School. So they will come forward and receive their medals as well. Unbeaten up to today, and then just at the final hurdle, it just deserted, and that little magic that they have So the men in red coming forward now to receive their just reward. So one by one, there you see Passad, the wingback, had a tough time against Garcia, but held his own in the end because he kept Garcia off the score sheet. And but I think it worked better when he got help. And once he got the help, it meant that Garcia then had two men to try to go past and found his way blocked time and again. The man in the middle there, Jalen Roberts, was a tower of strength at the back, number 46. He was really giving it his all at the back. And of course, Vespri. Here comes the coaches from Cox Academy, Cox Coaching School. Really the pride and joy of the Southland, Deep South. At every level, they are very competitive. And it suggests that some of these under 15s will then move up to the under 17s. And then, of course, to the under 20s in due course, as they do so often. And they continue to grow and develop. As they get older, they get stronger, and they get more in tune, get wiser to the demands of football at that level. So the second place team picking up their medals. And now we're getting ready for the champions to step forward. Winners of their group and now able to step forward one by one to receive their trophy. There is the man of the moment who scored the 2 goals in the final, Jasim Celestin. And there is the speedy Giovanni Garcia coming on and holding his own as a defender in the end. And there is the goalkeeper, Jaden Barnett. Had to save a couple difficult ones, but he did that well enough to keep his team off the tins. Hadid picking up his medal as well. And of course, the reserve keeper, not called upon today. So again, Dawent, who went out as a halftime sub. Jonathan Dawent was sometimes the captain, so they rotate their captains. And some of the reserves also stepping forward as they should. They've been part of the team ever since. So and of course this young man has done very well in this tournament, Tyler Edwards. And on the day, of course, they came off as the champion team here in 2024. Kai Williams, the captain. So here is the trophy presentation, plus the check. So Kai Williams will step forward to receive the trophy. And also the winner's check, don't forget that. So your champions for 2024 in the next level Community League Under 15 Cup Pro Series, after a commanding 3-0 win over the previously unbeaten Cox Coaching School. So here they go, champions for 2024, and deservedly so. So now I think they have some individual awards that they would be giving out. I may not be able to hear the names that are called. I suppose the best goalkeeper award. And here is the captain stepping forward once again to receive. This is Kai Williams. And so the man stepping forward with the most goals is the captain, Drayton. Donovan Drayton didn't have a particularly good game today. So Donovan Drayton will look back at this and wonder what might have been. Pro Series wins the most disciplined team award. So Pro Series celebrating in style. I see that there are some additional trophies there. I'm not quite sure if they're going to hand all of them out today. So again, congratulations to the Pro Series. They are your champion team. They're also the most disciplined team as well. So congratulations to them all. And I would imagine some of the other trophies for the players who are probably not here today, so they've opted not to give out those trophies. So that is the situation here as the Pro Series celebrate their title, and of course almost cleaning up with in terms of the individual awards. Congratulations to them as well on a job well done, and I think this really sets them up nicely going forward, and we look forward to them coming up in the not too distant future, because some of them will you would probably see them at Fatima College, St. Mary's College, going into the that next level of secondary schools football. So, and maybe even in the next level under 19 tournament as well. Several of them will, I'm sure, be taking part there also. So that is the situation here as they continue to celebrate with their supporters and their parents and loved ones. Ruskin Mark, thanking you so much as we hand you back to the studios. We leave you here again. Pro Series are champions, 3-0 winners over the Cox Coaching School.